Shalom, shalom, Akim and Akwakim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakbadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I want to do this quick video, this quick lesson just on this topic, the confusion the faces, man. And the confusion the faces are the Israelites, the speckled bird, who may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to Israel through the lineage of their fathers, man. Because you do got Israelites scattered in the other countries, man. The confusion faces the Israelite foreigners, man. We can't forget about the speckled bird, because you got Israelites that are gonna look like Chinese people. You're gonna have Israelites that look like Japanese people. You're gonna have Israelites that look like Edomites. You're gonna have Israelites that look like Hamites. You're gonna have Israelites that you're gonna have Israelites that's gonna look like the other nations, man. So we can't forget the confusion of faces. I'm gonna start with the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 9. To the Spirit. I'm gonna make this a quick video. I'm not gonna make it a very long and drowsy lesson. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, I'm gonna start at verse 9, and it reads. I'm gonna start at verse 8. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, and verse 8. My heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest. It cried out against me, therefore have I hated it. Verse 9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds around about are against her. Come ye assemble all of the beasts of the field and come to devour. That's right. I'll read it again. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble all the beasts of the field and come to devour. That's right. So the heritage is to be held by somebody outside as a speckled bird, man. As a speckled bird, a speckled bird. A speckled bird. Matter of fact, let's look up. Go ahead and share my screen real quick. Let's look up speckled bird. This is an image of speckled bird, man. You have a speckled bird. So the Lord's heritage is as the speckled bird, man. I'm reading it again. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, and verse 9. My heritage is unto the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, and verse 9, and it reads, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about against her, come ye, assemble all of the beasts of the field, come to devour. So Yahweh Shemashai, heritage is as a speckled bird. So you gotta have Israelites that's gonna look like the other nations, man. For example, matter of fact, go ahead and look up a picture. Blake Griffin's son. For example. Blake Griffin is an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. He's a so-called Haitian, man. Blake Griffin is an Israelite. Now here's Blake Griffin right here, and here's his son. Now his son looked like an Edomite, which is not. His son is an Israelite, man. Because Blake Griffin's father is a Levite, man. So-called Haitian. Now here it is. This is Blake Griffin right here. This is his father right here. This is Blake Griffin's father, and this is his mother, an Edomite woman. Or she might be an Israelite foreigner, but but Blake Griffin, indeed, he is definitely an Israelite, man. And his father, because the man carries the seed according to the scriptures, man. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and bring that out real quick. In the book of Numbers. All right, this is the book of Numbers. All right, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, starting at verse 18, and it reads, And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees. The word pedigree means the word pedigree means genealogy or lineage, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years up and upward by their polls. So according to the scriptures, man, you are who your father is, man. So Blake Griffin is indeed an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, man. And if you look at his son, you would think that his son is an Edomite, but his son is an Israelite. He's a Jake. He ain't no white boy. He ain't no so-called white boy. He's an Israelite, man, from the tribe of Levi. Another example, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd, brothers know who Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a ball player. He's one. He was a talented Jake, man. And this is this is Jason Kidd, man. And Jason Kidd, he's from the tribe of Judah. This is his father right here. And people might think that Jason Kidd is an Edomite. Hey, if he's an Edomite, why don't you explain this right here? He's a Jake, 100% Drake, man. Because you have men, Israelite men, that dwelt, Judite or Northern Kingdom, that dealt with heathen women, and their kids end up coming out looking like the other nations, man. But you coming out looking like the other nation doesn't mean that you're of that nation, man. Because the seed line, comes from the father, man. That's why, when a child is born, they get the last name of their fathers, man. It's because the father, for example, if you plant an apple seed inside of a soil, man, or in any place, that soil is going to be an apple seed, man. Because the father is the one who carries the seed, man. I'm trying to think of another example. Another celebrity who might look like a heathen, but they're actually Israelites. Now, there's a whole bunch, but I can't really think of none. But, this is an example, man. Oh, let me see. I know this is a celebrity what's her name? I'm trying to think of a celebrity that may look like a heathen, but their seed line goes back to Israel. No, I can't really think of them. It'll probably come to my mind. But I'm gonna go ahead and exit this out. Stop sharing screen. Alright. Let's see what else I want to get. Get the book. Get the book of Matt. No, I'm gonna get the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the book of Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 6. I'm gonna read it again. Now this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 12, and I'll start at verse 9. It says, My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. That's right. The Lord's heritage is as a speckled bird, man. As a speckled bird, because he, for example, like the example I just showed, Blake Griffin's son. Blake Griffin's son look like Blake Griffin's son looked like a straight up Edomite, man. But no, he's an Israelite, man. He may look like an Edomite, but he's an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, man. For example, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a ball player, man. Jason Kidd's father was a Judah. He was from the tribe of Judah, man. You know. Oh, another example, Justin Timberlake, man. Justin Timberlake, he was a Gadite, man. Got these other celebrities who may look like Edomites, but they're Israelites, man. For another example, Jack Harlow, man. He's an Israelite. Because you're gonna have Israelites that look like Japanese. So Ammonites are gonna have Israelites that look like Edomites. Are gonna have Israelites that look like Ishmaelites. The Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Let me see what else I want to get. I'm gonna get the book of Romans. Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. This is book of Romans, chapter 8, starting at verse 16, and it reads, The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. I'm reading it again. This is book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. Spirit itself will bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, meaning that if your spirit bear witness with these scriptures, man, you are indeed an Israelite, man. And that's a sense, and you're an Israelite by bloodline, by lineage, through the lineage of your forefathers, man. You are indeed an Israelite, man. Because you have Israelites out there, Israelite foreigners who may look like heathen nations, but they doing things Israelites would do, man. For example, what's his name? Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, he was an Israelite. Hey, ain't no Moabite can do things like Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee, he can do all types of stuff, man. Ain't no Moabite can do stuff like that. Bruce Lee, I believe, he's from the tribe of Manasseh, man. Bruce Lee was an Israelite, man. Jackie Chan, he's an Israelite. Tom Brady, he's an Israelite, man. These are Israelites, man. And those people that tell you that they're not Israelites, they don't believe them, man, because they don't believe the scriptures, man. The scripture says the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the living power, the children of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. You are indeed an Israelite, man. Also, if you believe these scriptures, you believe the truth, man. If you believe the scriptures, man, you are indeed an Israelite, man. And the Israelites today will be classified as a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. The same people on this very sign right here, as you see right here, starting with Judah, American blacks, Benjamin West Indian blacks, Levi Haitians, Ethan Puerto Ricans, Manasseh Cubans, Simeon Dominicans, and Zebulon Guatemala de Panama, Mayans, Gad Native Americans, Reuben Seminole Indians, Asher Colombia to Uruguay, Issachar Mexicans, and Naphtali Argentina. We are the Hebrew Israelites, man. And don't believe that term that people be put out there, black Hebrew Israelites. The word black just means void of light. We're not black. Black is the color of a crayon box. We're just Hebrew Israelites, man. We are the same people, Slucky, and turn it back to me. We're the same people that crossed the Red Sea with Moses, man. Let's see. I'm going to get the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. Matter of fact, let me see what else I want to get. John 7. I'm going to get the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. Book of John, chapter 7, verse 24, and it reads, "Judge not according to the appearance." This is Book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. I'm reading it again. "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." And so Yahweh says, judge, so the Lord Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he said, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So you're not supposed to be judging how a person looks, man. You're supposed to be judging by their spirit, because the spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of living power, that we are the children of God, man. Hey, Shalom, Aki Hobas, Sabrakata, Shalom, beloved Aki, Shalom. I'm reading it again. This is the book of John chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And that's what we got to do. We got to judge righteous judgment. We can't be one of those people that's judging people how they look, man. That's not how you're supposed to move. You're supposed to judge them by their spirit, judge them by their countenance, man. It's like a countenance means, their face, but we got to judge by the spirit, man. Because there's some camps out there. When they see, Israelite foreigner, automatically they say they're a heathen because they judge the way they look, but they don't really judge by the spirit, man. Like in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16, I just read, the spirit bearing witness with our spirit that we are the children of the living power. There might be an Israelite foreigner who may see the tribes, or he might see the signs and stuff like that, and he inquires and he asks what this is, and you break it down to him, and then you break down the scriptures to him, and then the scripture, if the scripture dwells within him, and he realizes the scriptures, then he's indeed an Israelite, man. But some of these other camps, automatically, when they see an Israelite foreigner who may look like the other nations, automatically they say that you're going to pay for what your forefathers have done, or you're going to go into slavery, or this is not for you. They say things like that, and that's why these other camps, man, that's why GMS, we have we are the true men of the Lord, man. The brothers in GMS and the GMS like-minded brothers, we are the true men of the Lord. Because we're going to judge, once an Israelite foreigner comes amongst us, we got to judge them by the spirit. We can't judge them by the way they look. Because the scripture says looks can be deceiving, man. And we can't be like that. We can't have that type of spirit, man. Let's see what else I want to get. Get the book. Let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Let's see what's on there. Oh, there's a beautiful precept right here by the brother. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. That's right. Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. That's right, man. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. I'm reading verse 5 again. For they that are after, but Romans chapter 8 verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. That's right, man. Because a lot of these people, they look at the flesh, man. They don't look according to the spirit. They don't look according to the spirit of that person, man. They judge automatically the way they look. And that's not the way we're supposed to do. Hey, Shalom, beloved Ak, in his likeness, Yahshua, Shalom, Yahweh, Yahshua, Barakatah, man. And we can't be, that's a carnal mindset to have, man. To try to look at somebody's appearance, man. Because I bet there's billions of, there's millions of Israelite foreigners out there who may look like the other nations. For example, in Europe, during the time of Europe, 1 million of us, in the time of, during the Dark Ages, there were Israelites in Sicilia, or Israelite men that was dealing with Edomite women. And a lot of those Sicilians goes back to those melanated men, and not just any melanated men, Israelite men. You got a whole bunch of Israelites. Were in the time of the Dark Ages, man, and they dwelt with the heathen women, man, and they brought forth Israelite foreigners. I mean, they brought Israelite children who may look at the other nations, man. You got the Israelites in the Philippines. You got Israelites in Japan. You got Israelites in uh, Iran. You got Israelites in India, man. Let's see what else I want to get. Get the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this. The book of Isaiah 11:11. There's a beautiful precept right here. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, and verse 11. And it reads, "And it shall come to pass that it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people." And who's his people? The Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and the speckled bird, man. The confusion of faces, the Israelite foreigners, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel. And that's the point, the outcasts of Israel, man, because you got Israelites out there in the, in the islands, man. And when I say the islands, I'm talking about them islands over there by India, around by the Elamites, man. And he shall set up his ensign for the nation, shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah for the four corners of the earth. For example, man, you got millions of Israelites out there in West Africa, man. You got Israelites in South Africa. You got Israelites in East Africa, man. You got millions of Jakes out there in Nigeria, man. Judites, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. And you got some Northern Kingdom among them. But the majority of Northern Kingdom, they came to the Americas, man. Oh, there was actually a video. Oh, that's a beautiful precept. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12 and verse 9, by the beloved brother in his likeness, Yasharallah. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. That's right. As a speckled bird. The Lord's heritage is as a speckled bird, man. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. That's right. The Lord's heritage is as a speckled bird, man. For example, I'm going to show it again. Hey, an example right here, man. This is Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, his father was a Levite, man. And this is his son right here. His son is an Israelite foreigner, man. Or his son is an Israelite, man, who may look like an Edomite, but he's a straight up Jake, man. And this is Blake Griffin's father. Yep, this is Blake Griffin's father right here. This is his father right here, and his father was a Levite, so-called Haitian, man. And then this is his mother right here. But you can tell, Blake Griffin's a straight up Jake, man. Or another example. So again, Jason Kidd. Brothers know who Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a ball player. Jason Kidd was a Judite. And here it is. This is, Jason Kidd. This is his sister, and this is his father right here, man. Israelite from the tribe of Judah, man. This is, this is Jake. This is Jason Kidd's father, man. This is Jason Kidd right here. And people think that Jason Kidd is an Edomite. No, he's an Israelite, man. Because that's why it's very important for us to judge, Not judge according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment, man. Judge according to the spirit, man. But you can obviously tell that Jason Kidd, he's a straight up Jake. The way he balls, the way he shoots, the way he plays, ain't no Edomite can do what Jason Kidd could do, man. The spirit, Jason Kidd when he was playing out there, man, he was straight up Jake, man. Jake can do things like that what Jason Kidd could do, man. And just like what's the name? I forgot that guy, point guard. His last name is Williams, but he's a Jake too, man. I just want to show that example right there. I'll start sharing my screen. Let's see what else I want to get. I think I wanted to get Matthew chapter 13. Yeah, Con. Jason Williams right here. Con. Yeah, Jason Williams. He's a straight up Jake, man. The way he moves, the way he passes the ball, the way he shoots the ball, man. Hey, that's a straight up Jake, man. You can't tell me he's an Edomite, man. Straight up Jake, Jason Williams, straight up Jake, man. John Stockton, straight up Jake, man. That's right, white chocolate. That's right. That's what they call him, white chocolate, man. There's a reason why they call him white chocolate, man. Because he got that spirit of a Jake, man. He got that spirit. He moves. The way he plays, the way he moves is just as Jake, man. He's straight up Israelite. He's straight up Jake, man. Straight up Israelite, man. No question. Or another example, Larry Bird. He's also an Israelite too. Larry Bird, the way he was playing back in the day, you couldn't tell me, that's right. Jake got handles, man. Hey, Jake got handles, man. He had some amazing handles, man. He was one of the best ball players, one of the best point guards in the NBA, man. And that was straight up Jake. And just like Larry Bird, man. Larry Bird, he was cold blooded, man. A lot of people thought that Larry Bird, just because by his appearance, they thought he was a Edomite. Hey, ain't no Edomite can do the things Larry Bird could do, man. Larry Bird was hitting half court shots, doing circus shots, man. Ain't no Edomite can do stuff like that, man. Larry Bird was straight up Jake, man. So we got to judge according to the spirit, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this. This is the book of Deuteronomy. I'm gonna get the classic. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6, and it reads, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh by Shem outside thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Hey, the Lord says we're going to be a special people, like above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. And those type of things that Jason Kidd, Jason Williams, Larry Bird, hey, those are chosen like people, man. Because we're gods, man. We're gods on earth. You can't tell me a person of another nation can do things like that. A heathen, man. We're above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. The Israelite foreigners as well, man, who may look like the other nations, but they are of the seed of Israel, man. Ain't no what's in there? Ain't no Ammonite or ain't no Moabite can jump up and dunk just like how Jake can do, man. Just like how what's the name? Larry Bird or Blake Griffin or all these guys can do. They can't do that at all, man. But you do got Israelite foreigners among Moabites, among Ammonites and stuff like that. We got Israelite foreigners throughout throughout all the nations, man. Let me see what else I want to get. Yeah, there's some precepts over here. Isaiah 10 and 1. Let me try to get that. I'm going to get the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, and verse 21. Verse 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. That's right, only a remnant of our people are going to return, man. And one of those remnant people are going to be, the Israelite foreigners, man. Because during the time of Jacob's trouble, when the Lord gave us spiritual power, man, best believe you're going to see a speckled bird, a speckled bird Israelite, an Israelite foreigner, flying, man. We're going to be seeing that. We're going to be seeing, Israelite foreigners out there, man. There's a lot of amongst the brotherhood of Great Millstone. You do got Israelite foreigners, man, among us waking up, man. I wanted to show this video real quick. Let me see. There was a video of the brother GMS get the network, something like that, on YouTube, which shows that there was a video of Israelite foreigners calling on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in the Philippines. Hold on, let me see if I can look up that video quick. I almost forgot about that. Let's see. That is his channel is called GMS Get His Work, I believe. Nah. Let's see, Israelite. No, that's not what I'm looking for. What else? So I can bear with me real quick. There was a video I'm trying to show where it shows the so-called where it shows Israelite foreigners call on the name of the Lord. Try to find his channel. Let's see. Slakia. Trying to find his video. Trying to find the brother's channel. Oh yes, GMS Get This Work. Yeah, I think that's the brother's channel. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Trying to find his video. GMS Get This. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It'll probably come back to me. I don't want to waste time. Slakia. I'm going to exit this out real quick. But there was a video. That I saw a long time ago with his brother's channel, GMS Get This Work. Him showing a video of the Israelite foreigners over there in the Philippines. I forgot the name of the video. Select it. Let's see what else I want to get. I'm gonna get a few more precepts and I'm going to close out. I don't want to make a super long lesson. Let's see. I'm gonna get the book of Ezra chapter 2 and verse. No, I'm gonna get the book. I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 13. Matthew chapter 13. Yeah, I'm gonna get the book of Matthew chapter 13. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Good luck here. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 30, and it reads, Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. That's right. So this chapter is talking about the because you have Edomites who may look like you might because you have Edomites, who may you have Edomites who look like Israelites, man, because you have tares among our people, man, people who may look like Israelites that might have it's called chocolate covered Edomites, man. You have chocolate covered Edomites out there, man, that have the spirit of an Edomite, man. You see you see an Edomite, a so-called Jake, out there that has that loves Esau so much, a the spirit, that could be a tear, man. That could be definitely be a tear. So there's a lot of tears among our people, man. For example, forgot that forgot that name. The what's the name? The yeah, I forgot the those two twins. They had a mother. They had an Israelite mother and a heathen and a heathen father, Edomite man. But I forgot their names. Oh yeah, another example. I'm gonna say Serena Williams, for example. Serena Williams, her husband, man. Her husband is an Edomite, and their children, they have Edomite children, man. Another example, man. You got a whole bunch of tares among our people, man. So don't get surprised when you see a whole bunch of tares among our people, man. Because during that time, a whole bunch of so-called, a whole bunch of during the time of slavery, the slave master would come and rape our women, man, and they will bring forth, they will bring forth Edomite children, man. Those are things that are happening, man. But the scripture says, give no fables. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. My phone real quick. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it right here. The scripture says, give no fables to endless genealogies. Let me get that. All right, this is the book of First Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, neither, well, let me start previous. Let me see what's on here. There ain't nothing. This is the book of First Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying wisdom and faith. So do. That's right. So we're not supposed to be, you I'm trying to take a DNA test and see if our forefather goes back to an Edomite man, or a forefather goes back to heathen. Nah. If your spirit bearing this witness with these scripture, you are indeed an Israelite by bloodline. You are an Israelite by bloodline, man. You are indeed an Israelite by bloodline through the seed line of your father, man. And sometimes inquire your father, man. For example, my father, he goes back to the tribe of Judah. His father goes all the way back, all goes all the way back to the deep south, man. All the way back to Louisiana, Mississippi, and stuff like that. So so we got to search, our forefathers, man. But just because your father may look like the other nation, that doesn't mean that your forefather, that doesn't mean your father's a heathen. Because if your spirit bear witness with these scriptures, you are indeed an Israelite, man. No question. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out, man. me go back over here. Stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna bring out a few more precepts and go ahead and close out. I'm not trying to make this a super long lesson. Yeah, I want to get the book of Ezra, chapter 2, verse 59. Let me try to find out real quick. And so, like, I'm gonna try to, take my time, flipping through the scriptures because I don't want to try to rush myself. You know what? I'm just gonna get it right here, man. It was just more easier. We'll get the book of Ezra, chapter. We'll get it right here. Book of Ezra, 2, verse 59, KJV. All right, this is the book of Ezra. Start previous. Verse 58, all of the Nethinimians and the children of Solomon's servants were 390. It's like all the Nethinimians and the children of Solomon's servants were 392. Were 392 years old. Verse 59, and these were they which went up from Tel Melah to Harsa, Cherob, and Adon, and Immer, but they could not show their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. So these men, I believe, these men that are coming from the Babylonian captivity, man, these men, they couldn't tell of their if they were of their father's, they couldn't show their father's house and their seed line whether they were of Israel, because during that time the Babylonians, when they come, the Babylonians, when they took us into captivity, in the Babylonian captivity, which was about 70 years, the Babylonian, they destroyed all of the records and all of the genealogies of the Israelites. Man, they destroyed the temple. They destroyed the land of Israel, and they took majority of the Israelites. They took majority of us into slavery, man. But they destroyed all of the documents. They destroyed everything. So these men couldn't tell whether they're of Israel, but they were of Israel, man, because they had the seed line, because of the spirit. They couldn't tell that they were of Israel, not, but because of the spirit, man. They were of Israel, man, but they couldn't really tell if they were of Israel by their fathers, because all of the documents and all of the history was erased, was taken from the Babylonians in that time. I just wanted to bring that up. Let's see what else I want to bring up. Psalms 37:11. Yeah, I'm gonna get the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 11. What time we at? 44. I'm gonna get two more precepts and I'm going to close out. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in abundance of peace. That's right. But the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek is going to inherit the earth. Who's the meek? The Israelites, man. And the meek is also talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. The meek is going to inherit the earth, man. The meek, the ones that are in poverty, the ones that are in the bottom society are going to inherit the earth, man. And best believe one among those meek is the Israelite foreigners, man. That don't know that they're Israelites, that are following those nations, but the Most High is starting to sew them up, to start to wake them up and bring them back to being Israelites, man. The speckled bird. Let's see what else I want to get. I'm gonna get the book of John, chapter 7, verse 38. Where is that? Yeah, I'm gonna get the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. I'm gonna get John, chapter 7, verse 37 to 38. Then I'm gonna go close out the book of Ephesians. Book of Ephesians, chapter. And I hope and pray that this lesson may be edifying to the Akim and the Akwathim. What tuning in, watching the videos. I do these videos for y'all, man. All right, this is book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." That's right. "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." So we got to walk as wise, man. We can't be walk circumspectly as fools, man. Thinking that, well, I'm thinking, I'm seeing that Israelite foreigner, a speckled bird, and claiming and saying that he's automatically a heathen just because the way he looks, man. We gotta use wisdom. We gotta use, we gotta test the spirit, man. We gotta test the spirit. We can't be like, we gotta test the spirit, man. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna get that precept. Well, I think I got it here. Let me see. No, I don't got it over here. I'm gonna get the book of Matthew. I'm gonna get this. Get this precept. Test the spirit, KJV. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, and verse 1. "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are Yahweh Bashim outside, because many false prophets are gone into the world." This is a fire precept right here. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." That's right. We got to try the spirits, man, because a lot of false prophets are out there, man. Not trying the spirits, automatically, judging that person by the way they look. Like, automatically, when they see an Edomite person or so-called Israelite foreigner, for example, who may look like an Ammonite, they automatically say, "Hey," or they automatically say, "Hey, you're gonna receive your judgment. This is not for you." Or they're gonna be like, um, they're gonna be like, "No, you're a heathen," or stuff like that. And that's what we got to inquire. We got to say, well, where your family from and stuff like that. And if they're, if they, if their spirit bear witness with these scriptures, they're an Israelite, man. Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. "The spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of living power." So every time we go out there in the highways and byways, people that approach us, we got to try the spirits, man. We can't be all, tensioned up, all, all roused up, all roused up and stuff like that. Not using wisdom, man, because that's the type of stuff, that's not of Yahweh Bashim outside. And Yahweh Bashim outside might not want to deal with you if you have that type of spirit. If you just want to judge by the appearance, you got to judge righteous judgment, man. We got another. I'm gonna get this last precept. John chapter 7, verse 38. It's gonna be my last precept. Hey, I'm gonna try to end this scripture with a banger. All right, this is the book of John chapter 7, I'm gonna start at verse 37. And the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahweh stood and crying and saying, if any man thirst, let him come up unto me and drink. Verse 38. And it reads, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. That's right, man. I'm reading it again. Book of John, chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Hey, so you believe these scriptures, man? Hey, your belly is gonna flow rivers of living water, man. It doesn't matter if you look like a heathen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Uh, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a heathen, man. It doesn't matter. Like if it doesn't matter if you look like a heathen, you're an Israelite, man. Because we try the spirits, man. The speckled bird are the Israelites, man. Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We gotta try the spirits, man. If your spirit, if your spirit bear witness with these scriptures, you are indeed an Israelite, man. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water, man. Well, I pray and hope this lesson was edifying, man. Closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Racha, Kodash, a double honor to the apostles, and / elder bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word, truth, and sincerity, man. The water for all you brothers, for all your precepts, all you beloved Akim. Thank the water for all the precepts, the water for all you brothers tuning in, man. To the next time, I want to say DTA, Abba, Babal, soon, and very, very soon. We almost out of here, man. The water for all you brothers tuning in. Next time, I want to say Shalom.